Well, hello there, and welcome back. Yes, I am aware it's been 23 days since my last upload. Well, let me tell you a little bit about that. First, my dad called and said, "Hey, you want to take the boys camping?" I said, "Sure." Yep. So we went camping. And then when we get back, it was time for the back to school rush. And then I kind of took a little time for myself because the boys were in school. I didn't have a whole lot to do. Thank heavens. But that doesn't explain why we're here. Which some of you may be wondering, where is here? Well, on the very second episode is when I came here. That was after the first seed got erased on the server. This was the second seed that we all played on. I'll show you a couple things. I want to go and take a look, take a walk down memory lane a little bit, and explain to you where we're headed, what I have planned, and what exactly is going on. So let's get to it. First of all, I want to turn on these. Yeah, that looks super nice. And we are going to take a look from the outside. I'm going to use free cam, guys, just so you're aware. Will not lose the shaders. Yeah, this was the build in episode 2, along with that massive iron farm. That is probably the most overpowered iron farm one person could ever need. But this is also where the boys started joining me on the servers. As you can see, there is the punk airship going on that Agent 47 built for me. He also built this windmill, which there is pretty much an exact replica at his base on this server, which we'll be going to take a look at. We are going to go around. We're going to take a look at each of the areas that I built, and you'll be able to see how my style has started changing. It's not exactly the same anymore. So, yeah. And then from here, the next thing we built was actually, it took me a couple hours to get reacquainted with this server, guys. It was down here. We had our somewhat started storage area. As you can see, it didn't get very far. And then we go down the stairs. This is so cool with the shaders. It looks so much nicer than, you know, just running around. But I can't play with shaders all the time. I just wanted to do this. I thought it would look nice, and I think it does look really nice. This is very, I guess not gloomy is the word. I'm trying to think. If I come up with the word, I'll let you know. But down here were my first 2 massive builds on this server. We had the bamboo farm, which the first section did planks, and the second section just was straight bamboo. And then we had the sugarcane farm, which, you know, was supposed to do just paper, but as you can see, the timing was wrong. And then we have probably my most successful mob farm and my least successful mob farm back here. Should be, yep, up here. The beacon is still here for the dig out. That's kind of funny. But yeah, this whole area was just built. Oh my gosh, I forgot how long of a walk this was. I think we'll run. Yes. We will run down this hallway. And we will come up. Glow like it. Okay. Gotta come up the stairs. Man, there's slimes down here too. Okay. Least successful farm ever built. Right there. That zombie mob farm. My most successful spider farm was this one here. Because I built it so all the water flowed in the center. They dropped down, then they got pushed over, pushed up, and then they would come right here. It probably still, yeah, still some spider eyes in there. Cleared it all the string. But this one, this was just a horrible, horrible build. It really was. Yeah, so that's it about down here. Why am I getting... Did I pick that up? Yeah, I did. Oh, well, okay. All right. Now we will continue back over to here. I tell you what, I will meet you upstairs because if I keep talking in between the places we're going, we'll be here for hours. So, yeah, I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so this is the first place I ever ran the trials. It was interesting. Didn't provide me with a lot of loot. You know, every time I've gone into a trial chamber, I have never gotten a mace. And then in here is the obscene skelly farm that I have. As you can see, it's in there. I got an ocelot in there. That's hilarious. But yeah, they would drop down and they would just fill up this whole area and I could just go killing the whole time. That was really cool. But yeah, I dug this all out. I found this by accident. So when I was coming into the lush cave, I was digging stuff out and yeah. And that's just a cobble mine. That's all that was. So it wasn't, you know, anything ever going to be built in there. So, but yeah, now we are going to pop into the nether because after this, after I built this here and everything in here, and I got sheep going, I got the pumpkins going, everything. I used to have cows in this pen. I don't know where the cows went. They're gone. But let's pop over into the nether. Okay, there we go. Wow, thought I was going to crash. The next place I went and built was this. And the reason I built over here, I didn't want to have to deal with the whole thing the whole time. So as you can see, there are still a bunch of iron golems around here. This was my villager breeding house. As you can tell, it's not an automated breeder at all. So yeah, I learned how to figure that out. But then the trading house was in here. You know, had a bunch of clerics, all sorts of books. But as you can see, the designs are getting better. It's just taking me a little while. That's all. So, and the biggest thing about things are taking me a little while. It's taking me a little while to find my own voice, I guess. I watched so many videos from so many people. This might get loud. I don't know. Oh. Get out. Push it backwards. Yes? No? Why aren't you working? There we go. Okay, so I actually do have the minecarts turned down. So, this rail was built after I put this in. Just because of the distance that it takes to get to the next major build is quite a bit. So, yeah, go ahead, sit back, relax, and I'll be back with you when we get over there. Yep. So this was the original Guardian farm I built. Not very impressive. Yeah. But it does work, which is all that mattered. As you can see, there's already guardians dropping in it. Go down here. And then, yeah. So, I mean, I would just AFK up there in that room. And then we would get drops. As you can tell, I didn't use that many of them. And I very rarely ever AFK'd over here. This was the very first guardian farm I ever built. It's not pretty. It's actually quite ugly. Although with the shaders on, it looks really neat with the lights and the prismarine and the glass. I might have to revisit a different solution for the next guardian farm I do. Just take it. Come on. Get up here. All right. So, but yeah, this was the second build, major build, that I did on this particular seed. Now, it has been probably 9-10 months since I've been on this seed. So the fact that everything is still working as it's supposed to is really cool, considering we have jumped. Oh, you're killing me, Ghast. Come on. Did you just bust my... No. You know, he's kind of got ugly eyes with shaders on, man. Holy mackerel. Alright. I don't remember... I honestly don't remember if I built anything out here at this next stop, which is only a couple seconds down the road here. So, I also know that there is a coral reef out here. There should be a mesa. Oh, wait, come on. What is this? Oh, the beach house. The beach house, if I remember correctly, was like the fourth thing I built. And if I remember right, it's not worth really talking about, because, you know, it's kind of cute, but it is stone cold ugly on the inside. So, as you can see, I've been working on getting my building prowess up. I've been working on getting my general aesthetics up. Okay. I can just push. You'll go in. All right. Yeah, because this is the desert, which I did clear out an awful lot of sand off of. But yeah, this is definitely something else. There is one more build. Oh, get in. Come on. Go back. Go back. Am I not? Oh my goodness. I'm stuck. Shovel? Shovel? Oh, where'd you pop into? Okay, I got it back. Okay. There is one more area. Really? Quit pushing my cart, dude. That we will go take a look at. Okay, so, yeah, I got interrupted. Okay, so here we go. I will be once again back with you in a moment. So the next area that we're going to, you actually have to go through another fortress to get to. Which, by the way, the end's right through there, the end portal. And that portal links up in the same, like, right in the room next to the end portal. It was the only good thing I did, I think, really, on this whole seed. This was rough, because this was the first length of time that I had ever been on an actual server doing builds, getting connected. This is so far spread out in area. I mean, even more so than our current seed, which we'll get to here in a little bit. And then, oh yeah, hang on a second. Oh, yeah, because it's going to get a little warm in here. I will almost guarantee it. Just with the withers, skeletons, the blazes. It always did. There we go. There's one. Oh, and there's one right in front of us. Okay. Shaders in the nether, definitely different. All right. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. Oh, there's so many wither skeletons right where I need to go. Oh my god, and to gas the blade? Come on. Yeah, get out of my way. Oh no. No! Oh. Well. Yeah. Alright. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. Alright. This is the other side of that portal that I was standing in front of when I died, when I withered away. This was the other... Well, this was the only bigger build that I did on this seed. It's actually what made me want to stop and not play on this seed anymore. Hang on a second. I'm going to take a look at this. There we go. I mean, architecturally, it's very flat. It's not good looking at all, even with the shaders on. We'll get to the back building. The back building is kind of cool. But yeah, this was very flat, very non-textured. I just threw vines up on there for texture. All of our farms are out here. Turtle, pig, sheep. Got the horse pen and the cows, of course. So, I mean, I think I did justice on the entrance. But yeah, I just was not... I wasn't a fan. And I love the floors. I love the beams. It's just the outside of this. I don't know. It took all the joy out of me on this seed. But this is the first, was this kelp? Something's not doing. Yeah, I think something might be broke down here. Oh no. Okay, it's not broke. Whoop. Oh my goodness. We're still smelting kelp. Oh, wow. And this was my semi-automated storage with a shulker unloader up there. Yeah, it wasn't enough. There's more in the basement of the building. So then we walk out here. We had the Purper Farm. We had the Cactus Farm. Fairly expensive one. Worked very well. It took me forever. Why is there grass? Oh no, there's water flowing over it. Okay. But yeah, it took me forever to get that water right in that thing. Here we have our shifting floor. Flower farm. This was the smeltery, as I called it at the time. It's really just, you know, it's auto-loaded with fuel. You have to manually load it and unload it. It wasn't fun. I'm happy that I have the design I have now, except for the duping, which I will fix in the next one. And here we have our first honey farm. We're just going to look at it from the outside, because these guys did tend to get out quite a bit. And you can go over here and you collect the drops. Holy... You guys just... Did you guys just restart when I walked through the thing, or you been working the whole time I've been gone? Holy mackerel. We do need to take one trip. Oh, there's a place out there we need to go to. This is... Let me see if I can get here before it gets dark. If it gets dark, it gets dangerous around here because nothing but... There we go. All right. Yeah, this is the original shulker farm, guys. And it's still working. Wow. Okay. I figured a lot of this stuff would have broken. I need to get inside somewhere. There should be an entrance right here. Should be a bed in the corner. Yep. There we go. All right. I really hope you're enjoying this walk down memory lane with me. This is the first automated villager breeder that I built. Oh man, you can still see all those guys. And then you had to walk down here. This might get a little dark. Hopefully not. It seems okay at the moment, but I know what the compression rate on YouTube does. Here it's getting a little dark. As you can see, I had all these traders. Some I put trade for emeralds. Vandevar's 5-4, Riptide 3, Fire Protection 4, Aqua Affinity. So I went through, I did name them all. On the very back wall are the ones I used for emeralds also, the farmers and all that. So, but we need to go back outside. We need to take a look. Oh, that's right. It's all pressure plates. Okay. I need rockets. Because if I remember right... get there. What I'm looking for next is out here. Yeah. The original hand-built copper farm. I wouldn't have called it a copper farm. I would have called it more of a trident farm, but it's not what I wanted it for. It's got its own nether portal, which is kind of interesting. I don't remember putting that in, but I think I know where that's at. So, but let's go back down here. We're going to go, and I think we're going to join up and over on the newest seed. But now here's a little bit of a backstory. We all know the very first seed that I was on, which got eaten after like 24 hours by my computer. And then between this one and the current seed that we are working on was a third seed. That third seed had some of my most favorite redstone on it, including a fully automated sorting system. It had spots for every item in the game. It was really cool, and it worked oh so well. Sorry about that. But then the power glitched, and it got destroyed, and that's when I bought an actual server to start running this stuff on instead of running it on a PC, mimicking a server. This is still on the PC that it was originally on, which is amazing that it's still here. Still has some of the neatest stuff in it. I don't even know what I have in Fireblade, Fortune. Oh, that's a whole nother set of stuff. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in a lot of places, but I think it might be time to continue on our journey for today. I'll be with you in a moment. Hey guys, we're back on the Wendigo server. We're not even to the first place I wanted to get to. But I walked into here with the shaders on, And I had to show you what this ended up looking like with shaders. I mean, because normally you can't see from that doorway to that wall. Oh my goodness, does this look so nice. We're not gonna go to spawn quite yet. We're gonna go over to Neuro's little starter place. Because this is where he and I first found each other on this server. He came in like a couple hours before. I was at work at the time. And then he had already gone through and he put up a little starter house, so I had a place to crash. There used to be 2 beds here. There used to be one on this side. That was his. That one's still mine. But this was something he built. I didn't have anything to do with it. And I think it turned out really well for a first little starter build. Oh, my green sheep is still in here. The one that says, I feel like it's been forever since I've been on the server, guys. Please do not feed me. He was in the library at one time. We'll get to the library here in a little bit, because that is a big part of this memory walk. So we're going to jump back through here real quick. Come on. And then we're going to travel just over to this portal right here, so it's not that far of a walk. And then we'll end up hopefully seeing something you recognize from the beginning. If you've been following along with this whole area. This little section of the basement right here was my first build. I built it here because over in the little swamp area there was a witch hut. And I wanted to have control of that witch hut. So I knew I was going to build in this area. That is something I knew just from the seed, the map of the seed and everything, that after we looked and saw what seed we were on, I got that. So from there, we started building little by little. This monster out here. And it actually looks good with shaders. It looks better than I thought it would. We need to go all the way down to the first floor, guys. Because that's where the story of this tower begins. Probably I didn't hit that. So we got here. We had to decide what we were going to do for a floor. Oh, man, this is super dark. Yeah, I think I got to kill the shaders, guys. Yep. Sorry. I'll put them back on after we come out of this, and I'll see how they look in the library. But the first thing we did is we did the outlining circle of this bottom, 128 diameter. I don't know what I was thinking. I might have been a little nuts. But we put in half slabs, which are, as you can see, this is the half, the lower half. Nothing seems to want to spawn in that spot right there. I don't know why. But the first thing we built was the witch farm, which has since had to have been changed since I teleported every entity, which included all the minecarts that were down there, killing the witches. But this is, this is exactly like the one on the last 2 seeds. I did not show you the one on the first seed we were on just because it was so far out of the way. I didn't want to have to spend that much time. And then I built the lovely iron farm, which here again, it's overpowered for, just like 4 of us. But it was fun to build. And then I did some farms, got some villagers going. My trading hall used to be a big giant L shape. It was creating so much lag. Nobody could come in here except for me. I don't know why. But now we have a reduced number of traders. I've never labeled these signs as to what they sell. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. There's a lot of stuff. This actually, the interior of this build might actually be the most complete one of everything I've done, except for the rancher's house, the horse ranch house out in Riverside. So, and then we have our smelteries up here. This one's just a blast furnace. Small sugarcane farm. It didn't keep up. We'll get to the upgrade here in a moment. Cow farm, chicken farm that doesn't work. Speaking of the upgrade on the paper, this is a bamboo farm. We had a honey farm back there also. Yeah, this is the backside of the upgrade to the sugar cane farm. It is immensely overpowered. Will create more paper than I would ever need in my Minecraft career. But as you can see, I might actually, you know what? I got to guys, I got to get up in the air for you. It's 3 layers. Redstone pistons in the back. Yeah, you saw the collectors. So, and then we had, and we still do have written on the back, got paper. So, then we did a little bit of fishing pier with a building. And we have a, okay. The first time my daughter decorated the outside of these, they weren't supposed to be closed up. The first time I ever saw these was on a Hypnotized Season 1 Hermitcraft episode. And these were made by Xumavoid. They're automated. I added collection down below. There's also an auto crafter back there making these back into full melons instead of just melon slices. But yeah, I brought some of the old into the new. Down under this area is an Etho hopper clock, which is even older than these towers are, I do believe, in the Minecraft world. So, but yeah, timeless stuff. You know, my auto sorter system inside is an Impulse SV, which is like from 1.5 or something like that. But it still works. He's had to tweak it a little bit over the years, like add 1 block of redstone or something like that. Sorry. So, let's go up to the next level. And I spent, I think it was a good month on this section of this tower. I'm pretty sure, at least it felt like months and months and months. We are going to turn on the shaders to see what it looks like. I have a feeling it's going to be too dark. I just have a feeling. Yeah, too dark. Okay, yep. All the bookshelves were made, all the wood was harvested, all the stone was mined, and it's just, my paintings are missing. There were paintings on those 4 spots. Interesting. It's little things. And then after we got finished with the library itself, we built a storage area up here, an enchanting area. There's all rows of chests up above. They wrap around down here. This build was a whole bunch of work, but a whole lot of fun too, because I got to really let go a little bit and start working on some different textures, some different ideas. And then when I started building the city in the tower, I kind of just let it go because I just wanted to see what I could do in a confined area where I didn't have room to build and build and build. And I knew I had to build a bunch of little shops. I think Hold Mine Ale is downstairs. Yeah, it's downstairs. But you know what? Okay. Yep. Hold Mine Ale. Nice little place to come, sit and relax. Yeah. This was a fun little spot to build. I don't know why I got so much enjoyment out of that when I built it but I did. This centerpiece took me a while to really figure out exactly how I wanted to do it, but it ended up coming out real good. And then we got the updates with the firefly bushes and just the regular bushes. So I brought those into the build in here. And then I built this lovely little, we should be able to put back on the shaders now. Yeah. Oh god, this definitely, I mean, I don't know what it is. The shaders definitely make it feel different. I definitely like the way it feels aesthetically better with the shader on right here. But yeah, this has definitely been an adventure so far. Then I think, if I remember, yeah, we did the miners. Did we do? I don't remember if we did the. Yeah, I think we did the area over here at the mine first, and then we did the farmer's house in the back. And then we started working on the Tudor village. This is a train station in front of us. We need to go and get in a bed somewhere real quick. Be right back with you guys. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I've been kind of coughing a lot today, but I just wanted to do a video. You know, let's get into bed here. Okay. Yeah, we did the little miners area with the different style. I'd never done this style of roof before, but I decided to give it a shot. I think it turned out really well. The only problem is there's a lot of places for things to spawn. So you might want to think about that if you're doing that. Then we did the farmer's house down here. We did the barn with the silo. We got some Highland Highland cows. Just from over in the woods. It was really cool. But yeah, we got, yep, and here they all are still. Yep, you guys are still living a good life. And then after we got done with this is when I came up with the idea for the Tudor village, which is just right over here. I'm trying not to trample these wheat. We started with the blacksmith house, which was over in the corner over here. It has the most outdoor decoration. Oh, I should probably eat. Huh. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I did the blacksmith area out here. The interiors on all these buildings are not done. I'll guarantee we can walk in any. I know it's the big one's not done. I know the upstairs here isn't done. So there's still a load of work to do in this area. And then we have the map house here. We went and we built all these buildings. This is a cathedral. All the rest of these were just housing. There is one down here. Oh, yep. Horsey, can I borrow you? If I remember right, you are not the quickest kid in the world. There we go. All right. Woo! Thought I made it so I could actually get out. Then we built this bridge, and I'm going to F5 this from the, well, free cam it from the side. Yeah, because this was a lot of fun on the diagonal. It really made me think. I tried to really push myself to this point. And then we built the road, which we're not going to ride all the way down that road. There's no way. I don't want to spend 20 minutes riding. All right. I can get out. All right. I'll be back with you in just a moment as soon as I'm to the waypoint. All right. So here is the waypoint between Riverside and the tower. The first build I put out here was just a little building. It's got some recovery food. If you have an ender chest, it's to have that. The only problem is we always had keep inventory on for the kids. I built this map room to show the expanse of the world that we are working with. This build is much more expanded now. This is Katana's build. This is essentially my area goes over here. And then I found out that if I probably went out another 2 or 3 maps this way, I would actually have Agent 47's home in here, which I definitely want to take and have a look at with the shaders on. I'm not sure where Neurology's spot is on this world, so I don't think we'll go see that. But give me one moment more. And here we come, flying into Riverside. The very first thing I ever built out here was the RHF, which is the Riverside Horse Farm. It's actually one of the first buildings I completed the whole interior of. I think it turned out really nice. Then we were working, thinking about how we want to do this. We had a pillager tower. Let's put it that way. We had a tower over in the bar section over there. This came over here, and I built the marina, and then I built the pig farmer thing, and then I built this guy who's the owner of the marina. You know, I just keep expanding and expanding upon this area, and this might be my biggest, like, I don't want to call it a city build, but like a town or a village build. And then we have the free smelter to anybody on the server. And then we have the big boy here. This is the one I needed to take a break after. Because this guy, all the trading that was done to get the quartz, all the work that was done to get, you know, everything. The interior is still not done, guys. I'll be honest with you. I just took a break after that exterior was done. I want to get over here. I know it's over here somewhere. Come on. Point me in the right direction. I think. Where are you at? There we go. Yeah. Told you we weren't that far away from it. But he built this little Far Eastern little pagoda type thing. And he put it right next to a village. So, it kind of got me thinking, you know, about what I wanted to continue doing on this world, which I do plan on continuing working. Oh yeah, that ugly flipping little thing. I think every time I do this, every time I come back from his place, I get turned around. Every time. And I still think I'm going the wrong way. One day I will remember. Oh, I was going the right way. It's over here. Yeah. So it got me thinking, you know, what do I want to do? How do I want to do it? How do I want to continue on from here? I mean, I still want to complete these builds. I want to complete the tower, the castle, and the keep build. I want to finish. Don't throw the stuff. It's not free, you know. But I want to finish up the builds out here and everything. But I also want to do a couple other things. The one I'm just playing with right now, because it's the first time I've ever done it. Sorry. And we're going to go over there in a few moments. And then we'll talk about what else I've got going on and what I want to have happen. So, but I want to thank you guys for your support for the last 15 months. We're going to start doing things a little differently, I think. I mean, the Let's Play series will continue. There may be a season 2 startup. I'm pretty sure there will be. Once everybody is done with their builds on this particular seed. Although we may not wait for Katana to totally finish. We may just jump over to the other seed and start there. Because, yeah, she's got a big build. It's probably going to take her another 6 to 8 months. And I'll have everything wrapped up here by then. And I don't want to continue to just stand around and put out the same old boring videos anymore. So, this has all been a very talky episode. But let's continue on. So, for the last couple weeks, me and my downtime, this is what I've been doing. You can see it says Vintage Sky on the menu. Yeah. Free Skyblock server, put on by VintageBeef. If you like the style and everything, it's definitely something to come and see. This started off as like a little, like, I think it was a 4x6, something like that. And so far, this is what I've made it into. Got our building. This building contains all of our farms. And by no means am I ever going to get the best looking or best money valued Skyblock island my first tryout. So got all of our spawners down here. You can just walk down. They essentially just stand there and you kill them. This is the lucky block. You can break it. And you have to upgrade it to get up to 19. I think you start with 9, if I remember right. Choice key. You know, I did get permission to show footage from my island. I want to make sure you know I asked. I was waiting for an answer back. And I wasn't jumping the gun. I wasn't getting kicked off the server. Because I'm actually having a little bit of fun. It's different. It's modded. It's based in 1.20.4 and then modded out from there. But it's a lot of fun. You should watch some of the videos. I will put a link to this server in the description of the video. Like I said, it's free to play, guys. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, come on over, take a look. Absolutely. But let's talk about where we're going. I know that this Skyblock will reset at some point. That is probably when I will actually start a Skyblock series. and start showing it on my channel. But because you're coming in so late, you didn't get to see the struggles and everything else. By the way, I can go jump off the edge and I'm going to come right back here. I will respawn right back here. You can't die. Keep inventories on. It's, I don't know. It's not pure in a way to me. Like when you die or when you fall that far down, you die. You lose your stuff, right? Okay. Does it suck sometimes? Yeah. But you know what? Another server of mine will be coming up. Well, another seed. The series is going to be called Unfiltered and Unedited. For those of you that understand that means it's kind of going to be like watching a stream, but without being able to answer back, at least to start with. Once I figure out the whole streaming thing, I'll probably make that my whole streaming series. But yeah, but in the beginning, it's going to be unfiltered. It's going to be uncensored. Yeah, you may hear some words coming out of my mouth that you don't normally hear because I do try to be PG when I'm doing these videos. Over there, it's going to let me kick back, relax, and do what I do. You'll probably get 2 of those a week because pretty much just hop on, record, and go at it. Once that is ready to go. The next time you see me, I'll be back in Riverside. But until then, be good to yourself. Be good to others. And I'll see you in episode 98. Because we're going, baby. We're going to keep going. Alrighty, guys. Have a great day, great night, and a great morning.